That's why it's so dangerous not to lane split, because the guy in the van catching up on emails is going to be the one to ram you. So fuck all that. I'm not into that, you know. And I'm not putting people down. They got to get shit done, man. You know, it's just that I will not I'm not going to sit in traffic, you know, so that you can ram me, or some truck can come up behind me, totally obliterate me, like to the point where it's going to be a closed casket with a bone in it, you know. Like, I'm not into that. So that's why I will not like sit in traffic at all. Like, my lane splitting is constant and never ending. Like, there's no point in time when I stop just to sit in traffic. But you know, in Florida, which is weird, even in heavy traffic, if you lane split, people freak the fuck out. It's weird. I feel sorry for riders there, because there's so many riders there. Florida's a real rider state, but lane splitting there is completely forbidden. Like, you're gonna get, like, there's riders who moved there from Cali and stuff like that and have tried stuff. They've tried, you know, hey, let me try lane splitting a little bit. And I did it when I was down in Florida. I tried a little bit of lane splitting just to see what the outcome would be, and I was lane splitting on a road like this with traffic like this, and people way ahead were already anticipating me coming and were already getting ready to block. Almost like it was their duty, you know. It was very strange. But I personally don't like stuff like that. I find that to be a real drag. I don't know if I'd want to ride a motorcycle in a state like that, unless I was living in a very rural area where you never dealt with traffic. That's fine too. But I don't like states that people actually attempt to assault you for lane splitting. That's a bunch of crap. That's not cool at all. I mean, I also don't like, for example, I mean, if you see someone riding on the shoulder, that's on them, man. But I don't like those truckers that come over and try to block people riding the shoulder. I mean, I actually don't agree with riding the shoulder, because emergency vehicles use it, and if somebody pulls over on the shoulder because their car is disabled and you come flying up behind them, you know, it's kind of unnerving. So I don't think that's a good idea. I don't ride on the shoulder on a motorcycle, but I do see riders like from New York that they don't know about lane splitting, so they're just riding on the shoulder. And then when people get mad at them, they're like, well, fuck, what am I supposed to do? I'm on a motorcycle. Well, you should lane split, because in Cali, where lane splitting is 100% legal, like completely, it's already been passed in law. It's not even a gray area anymore. It's like 100% legal. It's on the driver's test, all that, you know, that you have to allow motorcycles to pass through. But the reason they passed it into law was because they wanted to control it and control the speeds that people did it, you know, because they want to make sure that people lane split safely, which is, the speed limit here is safe, you know. But in California, like if you were in a heavy, like the 405 by Santa Monica gets really jammed up sometimes, to the point where lane splitting is even very difficult. And when that happens, you might be tempted to go on the shoulder. I even did it one time, just for a little bit. I went on the shoulder, and then a motorcycle cop went after me, and he said, you know the deal, man, this state is 100% lane split state, but you can't ride the shoulder, and you can't ride the number 3 lane, you know, the last lane on the right. You can't ride that straddling the shoulder either. And you know, so they're pretty strict about that. Even though you would look around and the traffic is totally jamming, and the part of the shoulder that I drove on could not fit a car. It was just a little tiny little shoulder like that, and I hopped on it just a little bit, like on the left side there, just to get around some heavy traffic, because there was not much room to lane split. And he totally went after me. He was like, he goes, you didn't even see me because he goes, I was buried in the traffic, lane splitting like you were until you decided to bail and do it. But this was before the pandemic. I don't even know what they would do now. I probably wouldn't even bother you, but because you know, it seems like a lot of stuff is a free for all now. But still, you know, you don't want to be tempting fate, you know. Lane splitting is a weird thing though here in New York because it's actually somewhat tolerated, but you know, it's almost like it's totally legal. But you know, you gotta watch it because it's open for interpretation. You know, still not 100% like it is for. Not 100% like it is in California, where you know it's already been passed into law and all that stuff. Here it's tolerated now, and there were times where they didn't tolerate it. So